High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown.
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Bauer finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie.
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Arlington High School, home of the Colts, for the season finale and a rivalry night and a senior night for Arlington High School. All of that to come here on the Zap Network. I am Zach Arnold, bringing you tonight's district action. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's game. We're excited to have you along as both of these teams are postseason bound. Both of these teams played less than 24 hours ago, and it went down to the wire in a 1-0 finish that went the way of the Warriors. So Arlington is back home for their senior festivities and for the opportunity to finish on a high note for this baseball regular season. I'm Zach Arnold here with my mom, Patsy. Ma, I think this might be the first time you and I have done a broadcast together, but it's a great opportunity for you and I to build some on-air rapport, and a great opportunity for Arlington to try to bounce back from yesterday's disappointment.
I'm pretty sure you're right that we have not done a game together on air. I've produced for you, but I haven't been on the air. In fact, thanks to our interns, I haven't produced a game in probably a month, and the last time I remember being on the headset was the night Pops and I called Danny Bustamante's perfect game. So it's good to be back on the headset and have an opportunity to call this last game of the regular season for Arlington High. And honestly, I'm here for the chickens, Zach.
It's most likely going to be a festive evening filled with poultry and emotions as the Martin faithful are making their way to the first base stands. The Colt faithful have filled in the stuff behind home plate and along the third base line. We had our pregame senior evening festivities. A total of 13 seniors on this Arlington roster, Ma. That's quite an accomplishment. It shows a lot of dedication and commitment for these young men, and I'm glad that they were honored in the way that they were. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starters that are seniors tonight, all going in sequential order in Arlington's lineup tonight.
I asked Coach Womack when I went to get the lineup about how we were stacked for the lineup tonight, and he said, we're here to play baseball. So I'm glad to see our seniors getting some time out there, and I'm glad Coach Womack is thinking, let's play ball.
We're ready for baseball, and we're ready for an action-packed ball game. The pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. They're a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have been serving the Arlington area for over 50 years, so don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Starting lineups getting ready to be introduced, followed by the national anthem. So copy that link, hit that share button, send it to your group chat, put it on social media. It is baseball time in Texas. It's a bit of a scorcher this evening, Ma, as the weather bug report showed me that temperatures were in the 80s, pushing 90 for first pitch.
I checked more recently than you did, Zach. It was 90 degrees.
Exactly 90 for time of first pitch here tonight, as a couple of 9 and 4 squads get ready to go at it. And it's a rivalry night. There was a lot of high emotions in last night's game as they commemorated Kurt Culbertson Field for the very first time in honor of an Arlington ISD legend who made a lot of deep runs as the head man of the Warriors. But he coached at Bowie, he played at Arlington, he coached at Martin. So there was quite a history that was being honored last night.
Zach, I was on the faculty that opened the new Bowie in 1991 and had the privilege of working with Kurt for several years, and he was just a wonderful man, just a fine person. And I think it's particularly fitting that Martin has chosen to name their field for him.
That was a part of the fun that we got to have yesterday, a 1-0 ball game where the starting pitcher for Arlington, Danny Bustamante, threw a no-hitter and yet still ended up on the short end of the stick as one unearned run proved to be the difference. A 1-0 final score. The Arlington Bats are looking to do a little bit more than that and hoping to have a little bit of help from their starting pitcher. We'll talk about the starting lineups for the Warriors and the Arlington defense on the other side of the national anthem. We'll be back in just a moment for first pitch here on ZAP.
Please join us as we honor America and Americans around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
as another legendary voice in the city of Arlington likes to say, it is baseball time in Texas. Alongside my mom, Patsy, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you tonight's District 8-6A contest, the season finale for both teams. And with both of them in the playoffs and both of them being in different enrollment brackets, their seasons have been determined and their opponents have been determined. And maybe we'll talk about that at the tail end of the broadcast. But tonight, Mom, it's just playing for pride, defending your home turf, and playing your rival on senior night. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Arlington Colts. We didn't have time to make a graphic, so you'll just have to follow around the horn the traditional method. Over at first base for Arlington, it's Noah Cifuentes. At second base, it's Jacob Frias. At third base, it's A.B. Alvarado. At shortstop, Colin Murphy. Cannon Cameron is getting the start in left field. Gannon Howard, Gannon the Cannon, out in center. Payne Kernal gets the start in right. The battery for Arlington this evening behind the plate, Axel Alvarado. And on the mound for the Colts, number 22, Brendan Bouchel. Bouchel on the mound for Arlington. A9NOR saying hello in the chat. Hello and thanks for tuning in tonight. Starting lineup for the Martin Warriors. Leading off and playing second base, Devin Luna. Batting second and playing center field, Parker Hobson. Batting third and pitching tonight, Jacoby Hazen. Damian Openshaw will bat cleanup and play shortstop. Batting fifth and playing first base, Ian Vaca. Batting sixth in left field, Joyce Rondon. Batting seventh in right field, Garen Powers. Batting eighth and catching, Cooper Albart. And rounding out the order is the third baseman slash DH, Alan Guzman. Guzman will slide to the DH when things have concluded. Sir, I need you to slide to the broadcast. Thank you. Bouchel's first pitch is going to drop in for a called strike one, and we are underway here in Arlington, Texas. Fans, as we open up this game, we remind you to open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors. Our first pitch sponsors all season long. Next pitch is a little bit too high, and that'll be ball one. That'll even the count at 1-1 to the leadoff man, Devin Luna. Next pitch too high, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. The righty turns and delivers just below the zone. Everybody here on the third base side thought that that was going to be called for a strike. Instead, it moves the count to 3-1. Next pitch from Bouchel is too high, and Devin Luna will lead things off with a base on balls.
Number 2, Parker Hobson.
First base runner off of the first batter of the ball game. That'll take us to Parker Hobson, starting center fielder. Made a couple of really solid catches out there in center field last night over at Martin High. He'll square up for a bunt here, and Bouchel's only play will be to Cifuentes at first, and the small ball will move Devin Luna into scoring position.
Pitcher number 4.
It'll count as a 1-3 sack BU. And take us to Jacoby Hazen. Luna now in scoring position as he moves over to second base. One on and one out for the pitcher. Played third base last night. Will likely slide over to third base whenever his outing concludes. Bouchel with a glance at second and delivers a called strike down the pipe to start this at-bat for Hazen. Shortstop Murphy trying to keep Luna close. And that one is in at the lettering for a called strike, too. The Warriors are in their gray jerseys tonight with red Martin across the chest. Arlington in their home pinstripes, white with green stripes, and Colts emblazoned on the chest with green caps. The 0-2 is going to get fouled off the end of the bat and head to the parking lot here at Arlington High School. Ma, you and I know not to park too close to this ballpark, otherwise we'll end up with something in our windshield.
That's right, Zach. This is a short backstop and short space out to the parking lot, and it's easy to catch one of these foul balls on your windshield.
Just a bit low and away. It'll bring the count to 1-2. Luna retreating back to second base after being bunted over there. The 1-2 on its way. This one's headed for Murphy, and this will move the runner another 90 feet as the 6-3 putout will retire Hazen, but that will put Devin Luna all the way over at third with 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Damian Openshaw. Luna doing a good job skipping over that grounder to make sure it didn't hit him. Otherwise, it's a dead ball, and the runner is out if it makes contact with you in that manner. Shortstop Openshaw was very busy last evening with at least 5 putouts from that shortstop position. He'll foul off this one to start the at-bat tonight. Arlington made a lot of contact during last evening's game, but a lot of that contact went into the Martin gloves, unfortunately, which was a part of what resulted in that 1-0 final score. A defensive battle as this one gets fouled out of play, and Openshaw with 1 strike left. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Luna standing at third. Arlington hoping to strand him there. Bouchel with a sigh of the shoulders and comes home. This one's headed to right field. Kernal has a beat on it and makes the grab for out number 3. Luna gets into scoring position but is left stranded. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first here on Zap.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
And we're back.
Coming back to the bottom of the first inning here. Leading things off for Arlington is the shortstop, number 6, senior Colin Murphy. Batting second in center field, number 2, senior Gannon Howard. Batting third and catching, number 5, senior Axel Alvarado. Batting cleanup and playing third, senior number 20, A.B. Alvarado. Batting fifth in right field, senior number 17, Payne Kernal. Batting sixth, the DH, DHing for the pitcher, senior number 24, Corbin Quiros. Batting seventh and playing first base, senior number 26, Noah Cifuentes. Cannon Cameron is going to get the start in left field. He's not a senior, but he'll play left and wear jersey number 9. And then Jacob Frias will round out the Arlington lineup. Defensively for the Warriors, Vaca's at first, Luna's at second, Guzman's at third, Openshaw's at short, Rondon is in left, Hobson's in center, Powers is in right. And behind the plate, catching for Jacoby Hazen is Cooper Albart. Albart, the battery mate of Jacoby Hazen.
I see.
First pitch home. Swinging to the right center field gap. That's a base hit, and it's past the right fielder. Murphy is charging for second. It's going to be a bang, bang play, and the tag is not in time. Murphy with a leadoff double to start the bottom of the first. Just stretching the bat out there, sending it by Powers. That may be a hit and then an E9 on the field to give him the extra base, Ma.
I think so. You know, Zach, that's an interesting approach to swing on that first pitch and make it powerful, because it kind of rattles your opposing pitcher just a little bit.
Arlington trying to make a statement after the bats were quiet in the previous ball game. Home plate umpire with a motion towards Arlington's dugout after the big swing that put Arlington in scoring position. The Colt faithful are going to be clapping and making some noise here as the leadoff man's in scoring position. Howard squares up to bunt, and a strike will be called.
Umpire told the dugout to be quiet, so the fans took over.
Let's just hope they can continue with that energy. Very early in this ball game. We still have yet to see the chicken.
I think it'll be third or fourth inning.
It'll be in the middle of the ball game for sure. This one is sent back to the pitcher. Only play is to first. And Howard successfully moves Murphy over to third on the 1-3 sacrifice. And that'll take us to the catcher, Axel Alvarado, who has one of the best on-base percentages in the team. Last time I saw his social media profile, he said that his OBP was in the 440s, which means more than a third of the time he finds his way aboard, either via base hit or a walk. A base hit here would break the scoring open for Arlington in the bottom of the first. He's sending this to center field, and it's caught, but here comes Murphy. The throw, it's got to be perfect, and it's not. Arlington strikes first here on senior night. Axel connects for the sac fly RBI on the F8. So the bases are clear for Abraham Alvarado, but the Colts get the first base runner of the game. Well, the first run of the game. Luna got aboard in the top of the first.
Zach, we have a question in the chat about whether these are the same umpires from last night. The answer is we don't know.
Cannot say for sure, as it's a called strike to Abraham Alvarado. My understanding is that umpires are very rarely scheduled for the same series, as this one's lofted to left field, and that's a base hit for A.B. Alvarado. He gets aboard with a single to left that goes over the head of the third baseman, Guzman.
Looks like maybe the Colts found their bats overnight.
Right fielder, number
They already have about as many base hits in this first inning as they did in the entire game yesterday. Already scored more runs than yesterday's game as well. Got to keep it going, though, when it's your rival and when it's senior night. First pitch to Kernal is low and away for ball one. The 1-0. Oh, he was a little bit late on that swing, and he sends it over the visiting first base dugout for a foul. That was in a good spot in the strike zone. He was just a little bit late on the swing and wasn't able to put it in the field of play. This one's an off-speeder that he'll jam off his wrists and send towards the concession stand behind us. And it moves the count to 1-2. The 1-2 to Kernal. Check swing. Did he go around? Field umpire says no, and the at-bat stays alive. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kernal. One of 3 Arlington players to have a home run this season. Hit it against Lamar a couple of weeks ago.
Deuces are wild, Zach. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And Hazen will take a step off the back of the pitching plate. Next pitch home is too low, and Kernal has worked the count full after being behind 1-2. A dangerous check swing that almost sent him to the dugout. He's now 1 pitch away from a base on balls. Runner goes. Called strike 3. Kernal disagrees, but he is not going to argue it as vehemently as called strike 3s were discussed last night. Arlington is able to plate a run here in the first inning, and they are out in front early here on the Zap Network. Second inning right after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the second inning we go, and it's presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need a cast iron replacement specialist at 817-807-7069, serving Arlington for over 16 years. Pipe and Peak, second inning sponsor. Ian Vaca's going to start this second inning for the Warriors. He'll be in the 5-hole. Rondon, the left fielder, will bat 6th, and in the hole, Garen Powers. Those are the 3 young men guaranteed an at-bat here in the second inning. Ma, what did you make of Arlington's offense in that bottom of the first?
I think they were making a statement, Zach. They were saying, we're here to play ball, which is what Coach Womack told me before the game.
Ian Vaca was the pitcher of record in last night's ball game. Got the win in a very tightly contested, emotional ball game. You expect nothing less from a couple of rivals. Bouchel's first pitch home is chopped right back past his glove. Murphy will have to play it behind the second base bag. Tough throw to first, and they get him. Some solid defense there by the shortstop Murphy to record the 6-3 putout and collect out number 1. That'll take us to the left fielder, Hoist Rondon. I keep saying Rondon as if it's a Hispanic name, but I can't tell if that's his background or not. It's just fun to roll the R's sometimes. Low and away here for ball number 1. I learned how to roll my R's from you, the Spanish teacher.
Yeah. Makes me proud.
Also on the Zap Network, Bowie against South Grand Prairie is live with Jod Holly and Cameron Wilcox on the call for that one. That one gets fouled off of the wrists of Rondon. Chaz Melton's also running the scoreboard over there for that Bowie broadcast. 2 people who have been with us the entire baseball season as part of a partnership with Tarrant County College for them to get internship credit hours for their class that they're taking this spring. We've had a total of 4 different interns helping us out this season as strike 2 is delivered here at the plate to Rondon.
Cameron and Chaz started with us last fall during football.
They did indeed.
I think they both ran cameras quite a bit.
Called strike 3, paints the inside corner with the heater brush, and Rondon is retired.
2 down.
After having 2 up. Ma, at some point tonight, I'm going to have to get your impressions on the alternative form of baseball that we got to experience back in March. As this one's in play to the shortstop, Murphy, off balance, a high throw, and it's going to pull Cifuentes off the bag. Garen Powers will reach on what can only be classified as an E6. It was cleanly fielded. I could see the contention for an infield single because Murphy had to really charge at that one, and it was a tough play off balance. But I think if that throw is clean,
they got him.
Then it's an out. So that has to be an error issued against Arlington. Runner goes on the first pitch, and Axel has to pump fake, and the throw is going to be late and go to center field. And now, Garen Powers is going to make it all the way over to third base on the error. I want to say that's an E4 because he didn't field it cleanly. Is it an E2 on the throw or is it an E4 on the fielding?
I'm not sure where the placement was.
I feel like the ball was pretty well thrown. I think that has to be an E4 on the fielding. This one's going to get fouled off into home plate. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike, says the home plate umpire.
Oh, I missed a ball. I'm sorry.
Well, the scoreboard in left field missed it also, so you're in good company, everybody.
I'm not sure either of us knew
everybody
that
seemed
ball
to miss
came
it.
in.
Well, it was on the steal attempt, and everybody's watching the steal.
Oh.
So it's a 1-1 count. Just a bit outside, and that moves it to 2 balls and a strike. As Powers has collected a stolen base and a plus on the E4. 2-1 with 2 outs. Next pitch from Bouchel. Curveball drops in for a called strike 2. Nice placement of that off speeder. Crossed up the catcher. Deuces are wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, this time with a man on third. And time will get called at the plate. Bouchel was able to send the Martin bats up and down consecutively. And he gets Albart swinging there. Second strikeout of the evening for Brendan Bouchel, and he escapes a runner at third for the second consecutive inning. We're headed to the bottom of inning number 2. Colts are up by 1. Back after this here on the Zap Network.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
To the bottom of the second inning we go. Jacoby Hazen coming back out for another inning of work after Arlington was able to plate their first run of the series after getting shut out 1-0 yesterday. The rain kind of disrupted everybody's groove a little bit, not being able to play on Tuesday, then the field conditions still being a little too wet on Wednesday. So we had to play Thursday night lights before coming back over here to play Friday night lights. A couple of 9-4 squads looking for their 10th district win. Both of them headed to the postseason. However, South Grand Prairie claimed the outright district championship this year in the last season of this district as we know it. Arlington and Martin will be heading over to District 3 6A starting in the fall. They'll play with Sam Houston, Bowie, Lamar, along with Weatherford, Aledo, and the Granbury Pirates. That'll be logistically interesting for some of these baseball broadcasts as Corbin Quiros leads things off with a swing and a miss. There's a decent chance that just because of how far away Granbury is, Ma, we may not be covering Granbury road games for the next couple of seasons as Quiros fouls this one out of play.
It's just logistically difficult because we're all employed full-time.
We all work, and we all try to get there after work, and it takes over an hour to set up a baseball broadcast. The 0-2 is low for ball 1. It takes closer to an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, depending on the environment and the setup time. And so to make the 75, 85-minute drive as Quiros is retired on strikes, to make that type of drive means you'd have to leave at around 3 in the afternoon, maybe. And
none of us are off work.
None of us are done by then, yeah. So we'll still try to bring you as much quality coverage as we can. Aledo may be doable. Weatherford's kind of a toss-up, but we'll do as much as we can to continue to provide you with district baseball as Cifuentes can't connect here on the first pitch from Hazen. We just have to be realistic about what our limitations are as human beings, not as broadcasters, as Noah looks at ball 1 here. It's a lot different than going over to Grand Prairie or even up to Haltom City. Noah puts a charge in this one. It's headed for left field. It's going, and it's off of the wall. He's steamrolling for second, and he is gonna be tagged out.
Second baseman, number 8, Jacob Frias.
This will be number 9, Cannon Cambron. A single and then an out at second.
Left fielder number 9, Cannon Cambron.
Played well by the left fielder Rondon and the center fielder Hobson, getting the relay, getting the ball back in. It counts as a base hit, which will help Noah's batting average. But unfortunately, not able to motor quite fast enough to leg out 2 bases there. Woo, we got a little dirt in our eyes here.
I was just thinking.
As Cambron takes a look at ball 2 inside. We don't have turf here at Arlington High, so when the dust gets kicked up and there's enough of a gentle breeze, sometimes it kind of ends up in our face, as we are set up kind of al fresco here at the home of the Colts in our usual position, just inside the home concourse to the right of the stands behind home plate, as Cameron swings and misses there for another strike. It's a regular spot. It's a place that everybody has kind of come to know us to be in, and we do our best to make the most of it. But if the next bond package includes maybe some renovations to press boxes, I would not complain. As this 6-3 putout retires the side, Cameron grounds out to Openshaw, and the inning is over. We're headed to the third. Arlington 1, Martin nothing. Still a lot of baseball left to play when we come back here on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Back.
Welcome back to Colt Field, home of Arlington High School and the home of senior night and the festivities that comes along with that. The third inning is presented by Field Ops. They do more than field markings. They also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do by calling 817-908-2194. The third inning presented by Field Ops. Alongside my mom, Patsy, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this senior night, rivalry night, as Bouchel comes out for his third inning of work. Twice a runner has made it to third base, and twice Arlington has left him stranded. It'll be the bottom of the order, third baseman Alan Guzman leading things off. And then we're back to the top of the order with Devin Luna. First pitch from Bouchel is an off-speeder, low and away for ball one. Bouchel's next pitch is way too high, and that's ball number two. A beyond capacity crowd here at Colt Field for the regular season finale. Arlington will be hosting a game here next Friday during the postseason as Bouchel collects a strike at the knees. Game one will be on the road on Thursday, as that one is too high. Game two will be at home on Friday, and then if a game three is necessary, that location will be to be determined. Coach Womack elected one time a couple of years ago to do a road game on Friday night and then day games on Saturday. That resulted in some very emotional ball games as Arlington dropped game one on the road and then had to win a doubleheader back-to-back against Lake Highlands in order to move on to the area round. Payoff pitch here. Guzman will bloop that into right field for a leadoff single. Now we're at Devin Luna after Guzman finds his way aboard. Across town over at the ballpark at Bowie, South Grand Prairie currently leading the Volunteers by a score of 2-0. However, Bowie is putting some men aboard here in the second inning. That game also live on Zap. First pitch is a called strike one. The 0-1. Chopper to second. Only play is to first. And it is in time, but that will move Guzman over to scoring position.
Center fielder number 2.
So Luna retired on the 4-3. And Guzman moves into scoring position with one away. One on, one out. As Guzman takes a shortstop's length lead off of the second base bag. Ball one high to Parker Hobson. He laid down a really good sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. Sacrifice here would move the runner over to third base, but it would also result in a second out. Off speed, too far inside, that's a ball. Sun continuing to set behind the MAC. Hopefully it'll clear up the picture quality a little bit for y'all after it dips behind the building. As a called strike is issued to bring the count to 2-1. Low and away. Axel tries to frame it, cannot get the call. And that's ball number 3 to Parker Hobson. Good comeback pitch there from Buechele. Gets it across at the knees, and the count runs full. Countdown on the scoreboard now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3, 2, 1. Buechele glancing at second a lot before delivering the payoff pitch, and it will get fouled off of Axel's helmet, off of his mask. And the at-bat stays alive. The runner Guzman retreating back to second. Going about equidistant with the shortstop, Colin Murphy. Payoff pitch again. Too far inside, and that's a free pass for Hobson.
Pitcher number 4.
Second walk issued by Buechele after he walked Luna to start the ball game. Pitcher versus pitcher now as Jacoby Hazen steps into the batter's box. 2 on and 1 out. Double play is in effect. Hazen grounded out to short his last time up. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1.
It's like I can tell that sun's going down because I can actually see our screens.
You can see what you're doing, see what you're working with.
Not having to put my face on the screen to see how to do the balls and strikes.
The 0-1. That time, Buechele clips the corner, and it's 0-2. He's been trying to find that opposite part of the strike zone early in this ball game. Finally able to find it there. Shakes off a particular pitch call, and time is issued. Shame, because that would have been strike 3. Buechele continues his motion, and it was a very nice off-speed pitch. And now he'll have to select something else.
Well, that was the right thing to do to continue his motion so he didn't hurt himself stopping.
2 on, 2 out as the lights come on here at Colt Field. 7:38 p.m. local time.
I think we probably got about 15 minutes of sun left. Low.
Too low there, so the pitcher, Hazen, gets at least one more pitch in the at-bat. Don't think it'll last 15 minutes, though. Glance of second a couple of times over, and back up the middle. 4, 6. And he'll have to eat it. They send it over to third instead, and he is safe. So that'll put runners on the corners on the fielder's choice. Hazen reaches.
Shortstop number 11, Damian Openshaw.
Reaching on a 4-6 FC. And I believe that's Hobson who is out on the 4-6. Guzman, the runner at third base. Third inning in a row that the Warriors have gotten over to third base. Openshaw, first pitch swinging, and he's going to tie this ball game up. On the hop, an RBI single will plate Guzman, and it's 1-1. He was looking for a particular pitch. He got it, and he poked it into right field to tie this game up. Guzman started the inning with a single to right field and then come around to score on a single to right field. As Buechele delivers ball one here to the first baseman of the night, Ian Vaca, pitcher in last night's game. The 1-0 is now 2-0 as that one goes too high. That one is dug out by Alvarado, and that is ball number 3. 3-0 here to Ian Vaca. Grounded out to short his last time. Got his bat on his shoulder as he looks at strike one down the middle. Buechele delivers the 3-1 and makes it 3-2, coming all the way back full after falling behind 3-0. Good battle by number 22 to work it to 3-2. Buechele sets and delivers. Called strike 3, and that will do it. Third strikeout of the evening for Buechele. Martin finally brings in that runner from third base to tie it up. It's one apiece as we go to the bottom of the third here on Zap.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back, fans, to Colt Field, senior night. Bottom of the third inning. The Colts are sending up to the plate their 9-1-2 batters, Jacob Frias, Colin Murphy, and Gannon Howard.
Hazen back out for the Warriors as we anxiously await the sunset. Tried to run upstairs and provide a little bit of adjustments. Not sure if I made it better or worse for you all. It's a very bright sun out there. We'll do what we can for you. Appreciate your patience in the meantime.
Second baseman number 8, Jacob Frias.
That should bring up the overall brightness. The sunspot out in left is still going to wash out a little bit, but hopefully less than before. As Frias digs in for his first at-bat and gets a call, strike number 1. The 0-1 is low and away for ball number 1. Yeah, you straight up can't see the third baseman with that sunspot over there in left. We'll just provide as much audio description as we can as Frias takes a look at a called strike. It's 1-2. Sometimes all you can do is all you can do, Ma.
It won't be much longer.
The righty Hazen sets his shoulders. And they'll call a strike 3 there on Frias. Clips the corner of the right-hand side of the plate to the lefty hitter. And Hazen collects his third strikeout. And he has gone through the Arlington lineup. So 3 Ks in 9 batters faced. Pretty decent ratio for number 4. Back to the top of the order. Way too far inside to Murphy. Almost clipped his jersey. And that one will be high and tight as well. Murph got a leadoff single to right field and then advanced on the fielding error to put him at second base. And he makes some solid contact here, but it's right to his shortstop counterpart. And Openshaw will make the 6-3 putout for out number 2. That'll take us to Gannon Howard. Laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Unfortunately, there's nobody to sacrifice over right now. Activity in the Arlington bullpen. We'll have to keep our eye on that, as perhaps Coach Womack is thinking to keep his arms fresh before the postseason. Called strike 1 here to Howard. And they'll call a strike on that one. Arlington faithful disagreeing. From our vantage point, it looked like it may have dropped a little bit too far inside. But we're not the ones standing directly behind the plate. Albart tried to frame that one, does not get the call. And it's 1-2 here to Gannon Howard. Swing and a miss. That is out number 3 and strikeout number 4 for jersey number 4 for the Warriors. And we're headed to inning number 4, all tied up here at Colt Field. Back after this on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Back.
Fourth inning of each ZAP broadcast is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. It's kind of turned into a bit of a pitcher's duel here at Colt Field. Only one run allowed by each pitcher, a few base hits, but 3 strikeouts for Brendan Buechele, 4 strikeouts for Jacoby Hazen.
Zach, we've got word from Coach Waldrop. The Lady Colts softball team wins 14-2 in Game 1 versus Berkner in the playoffs.
Congratulations to Arlington High softball. Their season started a little bit earlier, so their postseason starts a little bit earlier. And they had a very convincing 13-5 win against the Haltom Lady Buffaloes in a seeding game to help put them in that position to be playing Berkner instead of a different opponent. So they are playing some really good softball at exactly the right time. Arlington looking to follow suit and trying to play some good baseball at the right time as they get ready for their postseason appearance on Thursday of next week. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for the Warriors. Rondon, Powers, and Albart due up here in the top of the 4th inning. Righty versus righty matchup as Buechele turns and delivers, and it'll get fouled straight back into the netting. Beyond standing room only here at Arlington High School, as the 2 biggest rivals in the city squaring off on the diamond tonight. Ball 1 too low there for Rondon. So it's a ball and a strike to the leadoff man. Buechele turns and delivers an off speeder late on the swing, headed for foul territory. 2 Arlington players giving chase, and the catch is made. Cifuentes, the first baseman, charging over to make the grab in foul territory, and Rondon is retired on the FO3. Great closing speed by the first baseman. That'll take us to Garen Powers, reached on an E6. Got a stolen base and advanced on an error that happened as well. Up in the air this time for an easy pop out to position 4. That's Frias, making it 2 up, 2 down. And will take us to the catcher, Cooper Albart. First pitch clips the corner to Albart, and it's 0-1. Way too far inside as that one near the head of the catcher, and Buechele taps his chest saying, "My bad." Whatever happened there, that was not where he was intending to throw it. Sometimes it just slips out of your hand.
That must be a sick feeling to realize you just released it and didn't mean to.
2 balls and a strike as that one goes low and away. Possibly a little bit of overcompensation there, trying to make sure it doesn't go that far inside on this pitch. Too low, and it's a hitter's count now to Albert, who struck out his last time up. Three balls and a strike to the catcher in the 8th spot. If he should find a way aboard, Guzman in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 pitch is going to be chopped foul, and Buechele works the count full. It's a full count with 2 outs. Buechele seems to have agreed on the pitch that he wanted, but took a little too long in delivering it. And now he'll come home after the timeout. It was a good pitch. It just got fouled off, and it'll stay a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a tie ball game between the Colts and the Warriors. Not playing for playoff seeding, just playing for pride. But there's a lot of that to go around. And Buechele can take a lot of pride in that off-speeder that catches Albert swinging. That'll take us to the 4th inning stretch after less than an hour of live gameplay. As we see how these final innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference that new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of Zap's 4th inning stretch. We'll be back right after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. Instead of 1-0, the score is 1-1. A very evenly matched, tightly contested series going back to yesterday's defensive battle. A couple more errors being committed in this ball game, but still solid enough defense to keep runs off of the scoreboard, Ma, as evidenced by this 1-1 tie we've got.
Leading up this inning for the Colts, catcher number 5, Axel.
You know, I think I'd almost rather the game be close than be a blowout. But I'd like for us to have a few more runs on the board.
Very true. And we're getting deeper into the ball game, which means we may be getting closer and closer to seeing some poultry in motion out on the outfield walls. First pitch to the catcher, Axel Alvarado, drops into that left-handed part of the batter's box for a called strike 1.
Fans, I kind of insisted on calling on this game. I told Zach, I want to see the chickens.
Axel will put this one in play. It's a weird hop to second base, but it is fielded and sent over in time. Luna to Vaca for the 4-3 putout. Yeah, I made a note in my phone to reach out to John Wade from John Wade Roofing and let him know about when this game was. He actually has a John Wade Roofing themed chicken/rooster mascot that he got for a venture that he and I were on a couple of years back for a local football team, the Mexican football, the Gallos.
Oh, I remember that.
This one's up in the air for A.B. Alvarado, but not far enough as the center fielder Hobson records out number 2. He called it Rufio the Roofing Rooster.
That's funny.
I kept hoping that Rufio might make an appearance tonight, but so far I have not seen Mr. Wade. He's a very busy man, though, so you can hardly blame him. He's off being Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Payne Kernal with 2 outs. Bouncer off of the glove of Albart for ball 1. Nobody on the base paths, so the umpire heads over to retrieve that one. That one's down the middle for a called strike. Swung on and swung through. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Kernal's going to put a shot in this one, but again, playable for the center fielder Hobson. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th for Arlington. And we are through 4 complete, and it's just now 8 o'clock p.m. I don't think I've ever seen 4 innings of a ball game played in 1 hour, but we just did that as we head to inning number 5 here at Colt Field. Back after this here on the Zap Network.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
We're back.
5th inning about to get underway here at the home of the Colts. Tie ball game at 1 apiece as Alan Guzman gets ready to lead things off. He represents Martin's only run of the ball game after he led things off with a single to right field and made it all the way around on an RBI single by Openshaw. Buechele looking to find a way to retire him and continue his solid start as he's got 4 strikeouts on the evening in 4 innings of work. Play is finally signaled as Buechele delivers the first pitch of the 5th inning, and it's skied to the right field coffin corner, and I think it's going to be out of play for everybody. Just a long strike number 1. District champs still leading the Bowie Volunteers by a score of 2-0. That game in the 4th inning, also on the Zap Network. Fans, if you join the channel by subscribing and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love hearing from folks that are out of town or out of state that may be tuning into this ball game. As the off-speeder finds the zone to make it 0-2. called strike 3. Buechele gets K number 5 as Guzman is caught looking.
Second baseman number 8, Devin Luna.
And it's back to the top of the order. Devin Luna getting ready to see Brendan Buechele for the 3rd time tonight. One away here in the top of the 5th inning. Parker Hobson in the on-deck circle. Catches the corner. Buechele is finding that left-hand quadrant of the strike zone in this half inning here, Ma.
He seems relaxed on the mound, Zach, like he's confident about what he's doing.
In play, headed for foul territory, and it will go into the warm-up area behind the visitors' dugout for a long strike. It's 0-2. Oh and 2 now to Luna.
I'm sorry.
And it goes too far inside for ball number 1. 1-2 for the second baseman who grounded out to second his last time up. Puts this one up the third baseline, and AB will field that in foul territory. And the at-bat continues for Luna. Luna also started the game by drawing a walk. Going to have to look at a few more balls in order to get that. Trying to defend the plate here with a 1-2 count. Right back up the middle, and that's going to go past Jacob Frias for a 1-out single to center. Just a good, clean piece of hitting.
Number 2, Parker Hobson.
The release that Buechele has sends him more to the third base side when he releases the pitch. And that piece of contact went behind him more to second base side. And Frias wasn't able to close the distance. Sharply hit into shallow center. And it's 1 on with 1 out for Parker Hobson. Buechele tries to go inside with it and cannot. It's ball 1. Buechele with a throw over to first base, courtesy tag applied. Sam Soto tuning in the chat here on YouTube using the hashtag SamStrong. Fans, be sure to use that hashtag on your various social media pages. Sam is currently in a fight against cancer as Axel is able to make a dart of a throw and catch the runner, Devin Luna, stealing. And that's out number 2. As soon as we talk about Sam Strong, it's a strong throw down to second for out number 2. Umpire signaling 1-1 at the plate here. But the bases are clear now with 2 away. It's a little bit too low. 2 balls and a strike now. 2-1 as Buechele turns. Chopper to short, 2 hops. Murphy turns and delivers. A 6-3 putout will end the inning as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied and still no chickens. Stick around for both when we come back here on Zap. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
In a continuation of our discussion, we had some really action-packed moments in that half inning with the caught stealing attempt. We found out not too long ago that Sam Soto is in a fight against cancer. And GoFundMes have been issued that are across various Arlington High social media pages. If you want to show your support for this young man in a practical way, you can find those GoFundMes. Or if you want to show your support through social media pages, please be sure to use the hashtag #SamStrong. We've heard from his family that he tunes in on regular occasions when he is at the hospital for chemotherapy treatments. And hopefully, in the middle of such an uncomfortable experience, we can provide a little bit of entertainment for him and the rest of the Soto family. It's been an entertaining game so far as Corbin Quiros gets ready to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be 6, 7, 8 in the Arlington lineup. Quiros, Cifuentes, and Cambron, who will be guaranteed an at-bat here. Jacoby Hazen back out on the mound for another inning of work, as he delivers an off-speed low and away for ball number 1. "1-0 is up there to bring it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Everybody in attendance for the rivalry night tonight, as Principal Stacy Humbles just came by to say hello to us. Swing and a miss there from Quiros, and it's 1-2. That one's a little bit too low. Gets past Albart, but nobody's aboard, so it's just ball 2. The 2-2 from Hazen is now 3-2, and Quiros has worked it all the way back full after falling behind. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to the designated hitter, batting in place of the pitcher, Buechel. Payoff pitch on the way. And that one is a slider that he let go of too late. And Quiros gets a leadoff base on balls, getting all the way up to ball 4 after having a 1-2 count. It's a really quality at-bat for that young man.
He was very patient in that at-bat, Zach. Looks like we have a mound visit going on.
Meeting of the minds as Coach Waller comes out with his entire infield out on the mound. Every base runner matters. Every run matters in a game that has been this tight and this intense. Just checking in on Jacoby Hazen. I'm sure they have a relief plan in mind, as the Martin lineup shows the current third baseman, Alan Guzman, as the third baseman / DH. So as soon as Hazen is indeed pulled, if he gets pulled, he would likely slide over to third, and Guzman would DH for the relief pitcher. But we are not crossing that bridge just yet, as Hazen is still out there. Mound visit is over. And Noah Cifuentes, who got a single to center field and then was thrown out trying to go to second, will be digging in. He just got a little too excited about how hard that contact was and didn't realize that the outfield was going to get to it that quickly. He'll square up for the bunt here, and it looks like he fouled it off, so it'll be 0-1. Coach Womack electing to play small ball. even though Cifuentes has a big swing that he was able to showcase against Lamar in their run rule home victory a couple of weeks back. Not as much offense productivity tonight as he tries to manufacture a base runner, and Noah sends it foul. It's 0-2. You hear Coach Womack saying, get them down. That one went too far up. And now he's going to have to defend the plate. You don't want to send a foul with 2 strikes, as that would be a strikeout. So Cifuentes will be swinging away here with Quiros aboard to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Caught him looking. 5th strikeout of the evening for Hazen. And Cifuentes unsuccessful in his bunt attempt. And that'll take us to Camden Cambron.
Left fielder number 9, Camden Cambron.
You know, Zach, based on these 2 nights, last night and tonight, we've got 2 teams that really focus on developing pitchers.
That would seem to be the case, as we've gone 12 and a half innings. Chopper to third. This could move the runner over. The throw to first is just barely in time. A very, very tough play by the third baseman, Guzman, but he is able to just barely retire Cambron. And that will send us to Jacob Frias with Quiros moving into scoring position.
Zach, am I right that Frias is the only left-handed batter in the rotation tonight?
I believe Axel also bats lefty.
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
And then if he should come in for a pinch hit opportunity, Joel Gomez also bats lefty for the Colts. Frias played left field last night, plays second base tonight. A true utility player for Arlington. And now they've almost got Quiros in a pitch out. Got a little too far up the baseline there, and Albart threw it to the shortstop Openshaw. But Quiros makes it back in time. It's ball 1 at the plate to Jacob Frias. And a called strike will clip that left-hand side of the strike zone. It's been consistently called all evening on both sides of the plate for both pitchers. And truthfully, I don't think either lineup has adjusted very well. The 1-1 from Hazen. That one's going to skitter away, and that will be an extra base. That's a wild pitch that will put Corbin Quiros at third.
90 feet away from another run.
But with 2 outs, a sacrifice will not bring in a run like it did last time. So a quick timeout here from Coach Womack. Just talking to his batter.
Need to plant that ball in the gap somewhere.
It was an F8 sack RBI from Axel that got the scoring started, but Arlington has not plated a run since that first inning. The lead run 90 feet away now. The 2-1 delivery. Base hit up the middle, and that breaks the tie. The words of wisdom from Coach Womack delivers the RBI that makes it 2-1 Arlington. Let's take a look at that instant replay as the big base hit goes up the middle into shallow center, and the run comes across for the Colts. Low and away to the top of the order, Colin Murphy, but what a big delivery for the 9-hole hitter after getting some words of wisdom from Coach Womack. Puts it right where the defense is not and puts Arlington in front 2-1. Quiros with a leadoff walk, advancing on the putout, advancing on the wild pitch, and coming home on the base hit by Frias. That putout will end the inning, but not before Arlington jumps out in front in this tightly contested ball game. We're through 5 complete. It's the Colts 2 and the Warriors 1 here on the Zap Network. We'll be back right after this.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab bleaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Coming back.
To the top of the 6th we go. Arlington able to manufacture a run back in the bottom of the 5th. And now Brendan Bushell working with a lead instead of trying to preserve a tie. That's got to be a mentality shift for this young pitcher, Ma.
Yes, because he doesn't have as much at stake as he did in the last inning. Helps him relax even more out there on that mound.
Donna Nipper cheering with a woo-hoo from Mississippi.
Leading off this inning for the Warriors, number 4, Jacoby Hazen.
And it'll be Hazen leading things off for the Warriors.
Pitcher on pitcher.
Pitcher on pitcher trying to come back and help his own cause, as it is just a 1-run game, but runs are at a premium in this game as Bushell delivers an off-speed into the strike zone to make it 0-1. With the sun finally setting, we get a beautiful sunset out there to left field, as this one goes to right field, and it could be trouble. Frias will watch it go foul. It was good contact off of the bat there, but it'll go out of play, and it'll be a long strike. So we'll get a new ball, and Bushell will come set on the mound. Looking for strikeout number 6 on the night. And he'll get it. The backwards K of Jacoby Hazen results in out number 1 and strikeout number 6 of Brendan Bushell. Openshaw digging into the batter's box now. Got a single to right. And that single was what scored Guzman. He'll put this one in play to right field as well. Kernal giving chase. And he'll make the grab out in right field for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it'll take us to Ian Vaca. Strike 1 issued to Vaca. Two pitches, 2 strikes. Bushell is feeling it here in the top of the 6th as he brings in the 0-2, and Vaca will foul it out of play. Cifuentes with a lot of hustle down that right field line, but it'll head towards the Arlington High School campus that's just beyond that first baseline fence. Another 0-2 on the way. Just a bit too high. Bouchel was ready to celebrate getting another backwards K, but it goes above that red lettering that says Martin on Vaca's jersey, and we'll do it again. Off of the glove of Axel, and that'll make it ball 2.
Deuces are wild.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. For some reason, it looks a lot darker over at the ballpark at Bowie, like more nighttime picturesque than the sunset that we've got here. I guess because they're facing the east and we're facing the west and get to watch the sunset a little bit better here tonight.
I think you're right. It's much darker behind us.
It is. But with the sun going down, it's also cooled off a little bit here at Colt Field with a gentle breeze, as opposed to 90 at first pitch with the sun right in our face.
That's a relief,
to say the least. 2-2. That's in the air. Shallow right field. 4 Colts converging, and it'll be Kernal who charges up and makes the grab. Some good communication there between those 4 Colt defenders, but they do get the out. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. Colts leading 2-1 here on the Zap Network. We'll be back right after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
A new pitcher came down the pipe during that the inning break for the Warriors. Number 18, Jake Gasky on the mound. He came down the pipe during the break, and if your pipes break, be sure to call Caleb Renfro at Pipe and Peak Plumbing, 817-807-7069. Jacoby Hazen's evening is done with 5 innings of work and 2 runs allowed and 5 strikeouts. It's a pretty solid outing, but the Warriors do find themselves trailing by a score of 2-1 late in this ball game. So they'll make the change that goes to 18, Jake Gasky.
And did Hazen move to third?
Number
4?
Yep, that's Hazen. So Guzman will move to DH, and Hazen takes over at the hot corner. Is the chicken finally out?
There it is. The chicken's out.
It took until the 6th inning, but we finally have a repeat of poultry in motion.
And it is not willing to be caught.
It does not want to get caught, but it'll get chased around quite a bit. The tradition lives on as our friends at Breakneck Photography are out there capturing the moment along that left field coffin corner that goes 3-12 to the foul pole. Couple of different Colt players trying to make their way down there to retrieve it, including Corbin Quiros and Michael Luna.
Did they catch it yet, Zach? I can't see.
I'm using my spyglass to try to tell. Womack is out there supervising the shenanigans. And he seems to be relatively satisfied that the crisis has abated.
Well, I got the inning wrong, but I told you it'd be in the bottom of the inning.
So that Arlington would have the manpower to be able to
chase it down.
To go chase it down. Gasky's first pitch is way too high and inside for ball number 1. Overcompensates to make it ball number 2. The 2-0 from Gasky. Catches the corner there to make it 2-1. And that one is too far outside here to Gannon Howard leading off for Arlington here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 to him. Officially 0 for 2 on the evening. Got a hitter's count and tried to collect a hit. Sends it into the shallow outfield. Almost the exact same situation that happened in the last inning. But this time it's the center fielder for the Warriors, Hobson, that charges in to collect out number 1.
Catcher number 5, Axel.
That'll take us to Axel Alvarado. Axel collected a sacrifice RBI back in the first inning. Most recently grounded out. As this one goes too far inside to the lefty hitter. And that one also can't quite find the zone. It's 2-0 to Axel. That one finds the zone. Alvarado offers at it. He'll foul it off, and it's 2-1. Axel, one of the 7 starting seniors. 13 on the roster. Favorite food is chicken Alfredo. And he'll send a spicy shot to right field. And is that caught? I believe it is. What an incredible grab out there by Garen Powers. Credit where it's due. Alvarado looked like he was going for extra bases, and instead he's going back to the dugout.
It looked like he caught that ball from the ground, Zach.
Either from the ground or on his way to the ground, but either way, he makes the catch, and it's out number 2. Axel's cousin, AB, Abe Alvarado, last year's district newcomer of the year, takes a look at ball number 1 here. We asked him before the season starts, if you were to play any other sport besides baseball, what would you play? His answer was golf. Does not take a golf swing at this one as it's too high in the zone, and it's ball number 2. The 2-0. That one is belt high. And Gasky finds the zone to make it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That one's headed to left field. And the catch is made. A very, very long fly out to left after a good piece of contact from AV, but not far enough. We're headed to the 7th. Colts are clinging to a 1-run lead here at Arlington High School. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
To the top of the 7th inning we go, and a new pitcher came down the pipe during the break. If your pipes break, be sure to call Caleb Renfro at Pipe and Peak Plumbing at 817-807-7069. Senior number 14, Joel Gomez, coming in for the save opportunity with the Colts leading 2-1. Brendan Bushell gave up just 4 hits and 1 run with 6 strikeouts and 2 base on balls. A very solid outing for Brendan Bushell as he's giving his team an opportunity to win this ball game. As some more substitutions from Randy Russ, Frias has moved to left field as Simon Hercules takes over at second base for these potential final 3 outs here at Colt Field. Fans, a reminder to stay tuned for the postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing at the immediate conclusion of this ball game, whether it's an Arlington win here in the top of the 7th or a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. The postgame show will be presented by John Wade Roofing. Looks like we may have a pinch hitter leading things off for the Warriors. This is 22. And I don't have a 22 on my makeshift roster that I made. Jacob Munoz. Munoz getting ready to pinch hit.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Jacob Munoz.
I thought Munoz. Interesting. I'm not going to say anything that could be inaccurate or incorrect on the broadcast, but I was not expecting to see Munoz in tonight's ball game. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Munoz will be facing Joel Gomez here in the top of the 7th inning in place of Rondon as a called strike 1 starts the top of the 7th. Garen Powers, the right fielder in the on-deck circle. Too far, he went around, it's 0-2. Good off speed there by Gomez, dipped away from the zone. Gomez delivers ball 1 low and outside. It'll be 1-2 now to Munoz. The righty turns and delivers, and it'll get fouled out of play, and it'll stay 1-2. Top of the 7th inning here, Arlington able to plate a run off of the bat of Jacob Frias. This one is going to be batted foul up the third baseline. The 9-hole hitter collecting the lead RBI back in the what was that, the 5th or the 6th? I think the 5th.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5. The 1-2 again from Gomez. Catches the corner. It's a called strike 3. Munoz is retired, and that'll take us to the right fielder, Garen Powers. Powers reached on an E6 and got a stolen base, but most recently flew out to second base. There is a new second baseman over there in the form of Hercules. Frias recorded that out, now playing in left. First pitch can't quite find the zone as Powers has a 1-0 count with 1 out. Gomez's next delivery a bit low and outside to make it 2-0. Next pitch does find the zone, and it's 2-1. Powers in the 7th spot of the lineup. Puts it straight up in the air. Headed for second. Hercules calling everybody off, and he'll make the grab. Another F4 at the expense of Garen Powers. And Martin is down to their final out of the ball game. This is Cooper Albart. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the evening, as he represents Martin's last opportunity to continue this ball game. Big swing and a miss on the off speeder there. It's 0-1. Gomez turns and delivers the 0-1, and it's too far outside the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike now. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and swung through. Crossed him up on the wrists. And the Warriors are down to their final strike. Gomez 1 pitch away from collecting the save, as they face a 1-2 on the way. Check swing, and the at-bat stays alive. And guess what we've got on the scoreboard, Ma?
Deuces are wild.
The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch call comes in. Gomez turns and delivers, and that's ball 3. Probably a little bit late on his release there, as that one probably did not end up where 14 wanted it to be. Gomez, another senior on this Colt roster. Favorite food is pizza. Says that his role model is his father. It's a full count to Albart, hoping to avoid going 0 for 3 on the evening. Gomez trying to do just that on the payoff pitch.
Tip.
And it's a foul ball. Does not make it into the glove of Axel Alvarado. And the at-bat stays alive. Alan Guzman hoping for an opportunity to get an at-bat as he retrieves that loose ball. Gomez agrees on the pitch. Another payoff on the way. Ball 4. Gomez wanted it. The Colt faithful wanted it. That third baseline stands is letting them hear it, as the tying run is aboard. courtesy runner for the Warriors. Number 9, Ryan Hermance. Hermance now running at first. First pitch to Guzman is low for ball 1. Hermance represents the tying run, but there's 2 away here for the Warriors as that curveball drops into the bucket to make it 1-1. Signals come in from Coach along the third base line. So 1-1. And that one's going to get fouled out of play. Hermance with some good hustle in case that one was in play. But now Guzman's down to his final strike, as are the Warriors. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Arlington 2, Martin 1. Gomez looking for the save to push Arlington to the win. Turns and delivers. And it'll get fouled off the end of the bat. And it'll stay alive for 1 more pitch.
Need a little Bee Gees. Staying alive.
We'll do 1 and 2 again for Guzman. He's got a single to right and a run scored. Most recently struck out.
Time at the plate.
Time is called. And it is issued. As we still look at possibly finishing this game in under 2 hours. If Gomez can finish it off right here. The 1-2. That's in play. That's to right field. Kernal able to make the grab as the emphatic fist from the field umpire signals game over. Arlington takes it 2-1. We'll take a look at that instant replay here as Arlington collects the final out to get the rivalry win. Kernal coming up, sliding, making the grab, and ending the game. Arlington wins 2-1. The post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing is coming up right after this.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. New episodes drop monthly featuring news, reviews, discussions, and tangents on all our favorite franchises, including Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, Stranger Things, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Dune, Godzilla, Firefly, Pixar, Doctor Who, Indiana Jones, The Last of Us, James Bond, House of the Dragon, Ghostbusters. I think you get the picture. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Welcome into the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing, everyone. Alongside my mom, Patsy, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you a thrilling district win to push Arlington to 10-4 in 8-6A. Martin drops to 9-5. Both of these teams are already in the playoffs. Both of these teams have their fates sealed. This was just about playing for passion. It was about playing for bragging rights. It was about defending your home turf, which was exactly what Martin did just a night ago over at Culbertson Field. It was full of action and energy. It was a packed crowd beyond standing room only capacity, and the Colts were able to come away with a 2-1 win.
It was definitely a pitching duel both nights, but tonight was very much one.
A more traditional pitching duel with one pitcher finishing with 6 strikeouts, the other one finishing with 5. Hazen went 5 strong and only gave up 2 runs. Buechele went 6 strong and only gave up 1 run. with 6 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Yadir Joel Gomez got a strikeout and the save. Just a very solid performance to give Arlington a little bit of momentum as they get ready for the postseason. Some fun facts about John Sr. He played for Arlington High football and was the team MVP in '76. He also played for TCU and UTA, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in '82 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy that the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs, gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. It was fun being able to call a game with you, and even more fun that it was an Arlington win. Also fun that it was so emotionally charged. This was just a fun way to spend a Friday night. Some things of note. It's my brother Joel's birthday today. Happy birthday to my brother, which means it's birthing day for you. So
yes.
Congratulations on
He gets celebrated, but I did all the work.
You did. You put in all the work and put in a lot of work tonight. So thank you for choosing to spend this evening with us on the broadcast tonight. We had some really engaged people in the chat tuning into this ball game, some really engaged people in the crowd that were coming by to support and encourage us as well. Just thanks for helping out tonight. It would have been doable, but would have been a lot tougher to do without you along for the ride, so thank you.
Well, I appreciate that, Zach. I enjoy doing this. You know, I have years and years and decades of experience with baseball, but on the quiet side, many years ago, I got classroom certified to umpire Little League Baseball. But they wouldn't let me field certified because I was 6 months pregnant with you.
Nope, there you go.
So,
that would be a hindrance, I would guess.
Yes, but baseball is a passion for me, and it's fun to be out here on the field helping you call a game. Thank you for bringing me along.
And thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Final score again in this one, Arlington 2, Martin 1. Both teams headed to the postseason. By my calculations, I believe Martin has Jesuit in the first round, which will be a very tough outing, but at least Arlington doesn't have to play them.
Right.
My understanding is that Arlington will be playing Richardson Pierce in the first round. We will bring confirmation of that as soon as we are able to make it official. That is just speculation for now on my part. But that looks to be the first round opponent. We'll be playing on the road for game number 1, and then we'll be back here at Colt Field on Friday for game number 2. Anything after that will be TBD. But we do know that it is officially a final here. Arlington 2, Martin 1. The game over at the ballpark at Bowie seems to be in favor of South, the district champions. But that is the season finale for the Volunteers, so please consider giving Jot Holly a listen for the remainder of that ball game. It is live over on the Zap Network. Continue to support local teams, local businesses, and local broadcasters, just as you've done all season long. But that is going to do it for the season finale for us here at Colt Field. The postseason starts next week. For everybody at the Zap Network, I am Zach Arnold of Zach Arnold Productions, thanking you for tuning in, and we'll see you all again real soon. Until next time, we hope you have a great night and a great weekend.